Spider-Man Homecoming's been out for a couple weeks now, and I've been extremely slacking. So I'm going to be coming out with a couple of videos the next couple of days. One's going to be a review of the movie. A couple other ones going to be things about everything that we are seeing coming out of Comic-Con and D23. So keep a lookout for those videos. Now this video is going to be Spider-Man Homecoming Exposed. We're just going to look deep into Spider-Man Homecoming at all the Easter eggs and what they hint to. We're not going to examine the movie so much. We just want to see what this movie is telling us about other movies or its sequel. So we're going to be talking about everything in Peter Parker's future today on the Geek Review. Hi, I'm Brad Deaton. So, we've seen Spider-Man Homecoming, or if you haven't, then turn this off because you really need to go see that movie, and there's no way you should watch any of this without seeing it. With that spoiler warning posted, I will now say all the spoilers. So be warned. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the characters and the way they changed them. I'm going to examine the movie and some of the big things they changed from the comic book. The first one's going to be Flash Thompson, which I did not like at first when I started watching it because they had this geeky kid who was on the debate team, and Flash Thompson's supposed to be a big jock. The reason that bothers me is because Flash Thompson becomes Venom in the comics, but I don't think that's the way they're going here. So as the movie went on, I really grew to like the way they did that character. I think back to high school, my personal experience, and all the bullies weren't really big jocks or anything. So this actually made a lot of sense. The way this character played off, he was definitely a bully. So they kept the integrity of the character there, but they modernized his presence, if that makes any sense. The next character I'm going to talk about is Aunt May. A lot of people were upset that they had a younger person playing Aunt May, but it's his aunt, not his grandma, so I don't think that's a big deal. The only question I have is, why does Sony want me to have a crush on Aunt May? Because I definitely have a crush on Aunt May. I have some weird feelings about myself I need to work out now. But all that aside, I really love Marissa Tomei as this character. She really pulls it off, and I like her in anything else anyway. And plus, it's not too hard on eyes, so that's good. Moving on, Mary Jane Watson. She was not in this movie. Or was she? Because, like I said, spoilers ahead. At the end of the movie, you hear them talking to Michelle, who's Zendaya's character, and Zendaya has been rumored to be Mary Jane in secret for a long time. But at the end of the movie, they kind of confirm it without confirming it. Because she says her nickname is MJ. MJ is what they call Mary Jane in the comics. So, yeah, I think that's a hint. I think they're saying she is Mary Jane. She's a different incarnation of that character. Do I have a problem with that? No. I think her character in this movie was very complex, and I want to see more of it. You can definitely tell she's got a thing for Peter. I'd like to see their romance play out, because always been a Mary Jane over Gwen Stacy fan. Not in the movies because I don't like Kristen Dunst as Mary Jane. I don't like Kristen Dunst at all. And I love Emma Stone, and especially love Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. Let's move along though. I'm just going to talk about Spider-Man Homecoming sequel and who the villain's going to be. Because if you watch Spider-Man Homecoming, you're about 98% sure of who we're going to see as the next villain. And that's Scorpion, which makes me super excited because I've always wanted to see Scorpion on the big screen. I think we're about to get our chance. You see in the middle of this movie, he's tracking down the Vulture. He sees him doing some dealings with some thugs. His AI in his suit identifies one of the thugs as Matt Gargan. I think I said that right. If I didn't, Anyway, if you know who that is in the comics, it's the freaking Scorpion. And I was so excited to learn that, especially since he was being played by the villain from one of my favorite video games, Far Cry 3. So that character that plays Scorpion in this movie, Matt Gargan, and plays the villain, I can't even remember his name, from Far Cry 3. He's an amazing character actor. He really can be intimidating. And at the end of this movie, the end credit scene, if you saw it, you see him being kind of intimidating. He's got scars on his face, and he's definitely coming for Spider-Man. So I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the technology that he gets a hold of to become the Scorpion. But I think that's going to be our next villain. There was no hints toward anything in the Sony universe. I'm speaking, of course, of Black Cat, Silver Sable, and Venom. Those are movies that are going to be coming out from Sony, and they hadn't hinted at it in Homecoming. But we do see a lot of homages to the original comics, the original Spider-Man comics, and some things that are hinted for Infinity War, such as the freaking Iron Spider. Oh my God. We thought we were going to get this suit for Civil War, because in the comics, Civil War happens and Iron Man gives Spider-Man the Iron Spider-Man suit. But we didn't see that in this, because that was, the story is kind of twisted around. They're doing things different, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in Homecoming, you see the Iron Spider-Man suit. I love what that means to Spider-Man, because in that moment, he is confronted with this suit, and he's also confronted with the option of unmasking himself in front of the press at a press conference. So as he's staring this suit down, it's everything he's wanted this entire movie. He just wants to be an Avenger. He just wants to make a difference in the world and come into his own as a bigger than life hero and fight amongst these heroes that he got to fight amongst in Civil War or against. But denies it. He turns Tony Stark down, and he stays in his rightful place at that moment as a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He stays in a smaller kind of stable so he can develop and grow. He knows he's not ready. And I thought that was really awesome. But will we see the Iron Spider again? Of course we will. And if you've been seeing any of these spoiler trailers and the trailer they released at D23, or the trailer they released at D3 for Infinity War, because I saw a bootleg of it. I'm sorry, I had to watch it. The Iron Spider's there. So he's going to use it to go up against the Mad Titan Thanos, and it's going to be amazing. But with that being said, that's in our near future, but we know that's going to happen. It was hinted at in this, seeing the Iron Spider, and that's what's going to be used in Infinity War. And Spider-Man Homecoming filled in some gaps too. Where's Pepper Potts been? Are we ever going to see her again? And there she was. Are her and Tony going to get married? It left that up kind of question, but you think so. And all in all, it fit in nicely with the MCU. I really enjoyed that. So of course we're going to see Spider-Man next in Infinity War, and I can't wait. So until next time, leave some comments and see if there's any Easter eggs I didn't talk about that you'd like me to, or if there's any predictions I said you disagree with, or any predictions of your own. Leave them in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to my page, and I'll talk to you next time. This has been The Geek Review.